Yes, Manchester City 3, Leicester City 1. We take 3 points from today's game, and we're going to have a quick chat about it. I want you guys to do me a favor before we get into the ins and outs, and hit a quick like on the video, and do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course, get down below in the comments all of your thoughts on today's game. Now, I think it's fair to say that City 3, Leicester City 1 was a tale of two halves. I think it was very much a tale of two halves. You contrast the first half with the second half, it's night and day. And why is that? I'm sure plenty of you know, but we're going to get into it. I think the first half, you know, the way Leicester City set up in the first 2, 3, 4 minutes, I was kind of like, yep, they are playing for a draw. They are going to sit back on the edge of their box and play for a 0-0, maybe try and nick a 1-0, do what Everton did, do what Brentford did successfully, and see can they get something out of it, because they are in a dogfight, aren't they, in a relegation battle down there, and they need every point they can get. City, 100 miles an hour, every single one of our players, 100 miles an hour. We looked like we'd picked up where we'd left off against Bayern Munich. Johnny Stones with a volley from outside the box. Who saw that coming? Not me. But you know what? I'm not surprised either, because he has been absolutely excellent in the last few weeks, John Stones, and he deserves that. He got an assist, I believe, against Bayern Munich, and he deserves his goal today for how good he's been recently. And listen, the finish, you know, on his weaker left foot, John Stones, man, he's Rolls Royce. There's nothing this guy can't do. King of the North. Bang, we're in good position. It's cruise control, push for more, try and kill the game off, and then, you know, second half we can chill out, maybe go for more, try some things out, I don't know, whatever. We get our second goal. Jack Grealish, he's going to the byline more in this game. He's not cutting in as much on his stronger right foot. He's being less predictable, I think it's fair to say. I thought he was really, really good in that first half. Wins the penalty, clear as day, stonewall penalty, no two ways about it. Who steps up? Erling Haaland. Were you in doubt? No, I don't think so. I wasn't either, and that put him on 31 Premier League goals for the season. At this stage, Haaland is 1 goal away from equaling Mo Salah's record of 32 goals in a Premier League campaign, and I'm saying it's on. It's on. With the way we're playing, it's definitely on, and it came. It absolutely came. Are you surprised again? No. And this was probably the pick of the lot, wasn't it? I think this is fair to say it's the pick of the lot, other than Stones' volley, which was a great finish. As an overall goal, and the build-up play to this goal was unbelievable. De Bruyne picks the ball off one of the Leicester players. I think it was Tielemans, just inside the halfway line. Makes a great run, plays an exquisite ball through for Haaland, uses sheer strength and pace, and tucks the ball home, and he now equals Mo Salah with the most goals in a Premier League season. And I think there's 7 games left, so in theory he should break it, and he could break. I think it's Andy Cole and Alan Shearer have a record as well for when the season used to be a 42-game campaign. So Haaland, I think it's 47 goals for the season, absolutely slams it. We're 3-0 up at half-time, and I'm going, yes, it's game over, bring on the subs, they'll see it out, shouldn't be an issue. You know, cruise control, calma, pours of football, all that stuff. Take our 3 points and we all go home happy men. Second half, I can't lie, it fell apart a little bit. I don't think it was a complete disaster. It could have been, and I'll get into why, but what I've learned mainly from today is that bringing on all of those substitutes. I've no problem bringing on 1 or 2, just to, you know, take off maybe 1 or 2 players or freshen up the pitch a little bit, but keep on the same core of the team to keep the energy high, who will definitely see it out. But bringing on Palmer, Gomez, Phillips, is there anybody else I'm missing? But bringing on those 3 anyway, it's quite clearly that we lost control of the game. We definitely lost control in the midfield, and in the last 15 minutes, wave after wave of Leicester attack was coming. They got their goal off a set piece. Obviously, Iheanacho, former City player, gets his goal, and I'm going, we are in for a nervy 15 minutes. We really are. Maddison threw one-on-one, massive save from Ederson. People say he doesn't come up with big saves. You don't get bigger than that. That's potentially title saving that save, because if he'd scored that, it's game on. They have more chances. Iheanacho again hits the post. You know, it was nervy. They could have got a penalty. It was nervy. It was night and day, like I said, that first and second half. It really was. We got complacent. I think the players started they took the foot off the gas completely. I don't think we were ever properly in top gear today. Maybe just below it for the first 15-20 minutes when we were going full ham at them. But we really took the foot off the pedal for the last 15-20 minutes, and it was nervy. I think if that game was a bit longer, Leicester would have got more chances and probably would have scored 1 or 2. But look, we saw it out. Some mistakes. Diaz, Gomez, a few mistakes. It's not the end of the world, but we did learn that you don't make that many changes. I'm all for changes and bringing on a player who maybe isn't as good as the player you're taking off. Only one or two at most. I don't want a whole contrast, a whole change in standard on the pitch. Like, you need to see it out. It's all great getting your 3 goals or your 2 or 3 goals, but you need to be able to see it out. You know, on another day, we don't see that out, but we did. So, you know what? It's not the end of the world. It's not a disaster. We take our 3 points, and the pressure is very much over onto Arsenal now. Like I said, I think if we kept the exact same 11 on for the second half, I think we would have scored 4, 5, and 6. But you know what? We didn't. Pep opted to rest, and you know what? It's still a great thing. It's still a great thing that Rodri, De Bruyne, Grealish, and Haaland all got somewhat of a rest, more so than others. You can actually see the pecking order in which Pep was taking off the players and how important they are to the squad. You know, when, what was it? Haaland, Rodri, De Bruyne, Grealish. Like, get those 4 players off. They are crucial for the run-in. So I'm glad they got a rest, but we have definitely learned you can't take them all off at once, especially not in a game where maybe we're ahead by 1 goal. I don't think Pep would, but we've learned that anyway. That leaves us now 3 points behind Arsenal in this title race. The pressure is once again over to you, Arsenal. Obviously, it's in both of our hands, but we keep winning. We're still scoring goals. The goal difference, I think, was 8 when we were 3-0 up, so it should be 7 now, I believe, since Leicester scored their goal and it's 3-1. We're in a good position. We keep moving on. And the scary part is our next Premier League game is Arsenal. Our next league game is Arsenal in the Etihad Premier League potential title decider. We've got Bayern on Wednesday, Sheffield United in the FA Cup on Sunday, and then the next league game, like I said, is Arsenal. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Now, obviously, Arsenal travel to West Ham tomorrow, London derby, West Ham. They are somewhat fighting for something, I believe, too. Can they get something out of Arsenal? I don't have my hopes up, but I will cross my fingers. You never know. Football's a funny old game. I don't think West Ham will get anything, but even a draw would be magnificent. But for us, you know, it's now on to Munich, Sheffield United. Then as far as Premier League goes, the attention turns to Arsenal. That is the next Premier League game, and it's going to be absolutely huge. I'm happy. I'm more than happy with today. I understand that the levels will drop when you take off 4 of your key players, but it got a little nervous. It got a little bit uncomfortable there for me for the last 10-15 minutes. But like I said, it is what it is, man. We get our 3 points. We keep moving along. Next game, next game, next game. Momentum, keep building that up. Bayern, we have a 3-0 lead there. Could we bottle that? I'd like to think not. I would like to think not. I think you'll see Gundogan come back in. I think you'll see Ake come back in. I think you may see Bernardo back on the right wing and see that tie out. See that tie out. But listen, we'll do more talk about that close to the time. I want all of you, like I said, get down your thoughts in the comments on today's win over Leicester. What does that mean? How did you feel about the point I'm making, contrasting the first half with the second half performance? I think they're very different, and we learned that don't make that many subs at once, Pep. We don't like that. Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Please, if you would, leave a quick like before you leave. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. You know what I mean?